Well, Rani Singh is a security analyst focusing on South Asia at Community Safety Development Global Limited and is here with me. It sounds very well organised, and sadly it is part of a pattern in recent times, isn't it?
Absolutely. What we're observing nowadays is that the attackers, the insurgents, are going in teams, in groups, whereas previously you might have a lone suicide attacker. And they're highly organised and highly militarised.
If they are more organised, in theory that ought to make it more possible for the security services to do something about them, shouldn't it?
You see, just as the security services are sort of very well organised, the Taliban and Al-Qaeda and its franchisees are very good at mobilising and working on counter-insurgency. So they only need to stay ahead of the game, whereas the security forces are always playing catch-up. And of course what we've seen is that whereas the insurgents have been in the mountainous regions and outside of the towns, this is the third attack in 2 months in Rawal, Pindi. And the Taliban have stated that they, and we have seen, that they will be working more and more in urban areas. And of course logistically they have a whole number of retired jihadists and people from Afghanistan, others internationally who can support them with logistics, with weaponry, with transport and accommodation.
And do you think there's a direct relationship between what's happening in some of the urban areas that you've just described and what the Pakistani security forces are trying to do in areas like South Waziristan at the moment?
There is. In fact, the TTP, the Pakistani Taliban, said that a lot of their counter-insurgency attacks are because of the Pakistan offensive into South Waziristan, and of course they had such a long lead time on the Pakistani offensive that they have been well able to move out of South Waziristan and into North Waziristan and the Orakzai agency in the FATA, the federally administered tribal areas. So, you know, we were led to believe there are about 10,000 of them. They have all managed to kind of infiltrate and regroup in these areas. And they have stated that so long as there is a US-backed Pakistani military offensive, they will continue their attacks.
Okay. Rani Singh, thank you very much indeed for coming in.